It has been just about 2 years since we moved into the new property and about 18 months since I started working on this xeriscape garden. So what I'm showing here are some pictures of how the garden looked after the winter rain last year. There's a lot of cactus, a lot of succulents planted, but the garden had overgrown pretty significantly. So one of the main challenges was that I put in irrigation, which is what I'm pulling up right now. But the irrigation that I put in, just wasn't adequate. It wasn't professionally done. And this garden is probably about an acre, maybe an acre and a half. The animals were destroying it. So I had a professional company come in and help me install a real irrigation system that was expandable to really access the whole yard over time. At some point in the future, I may do a video just focusing on the irrigation system as a whole. But once the irrigation system went in, I started coming back through the garden and working around a lot of the plants that were already in there and some of the irrigation that was in there, and kind of putting down this weed barrier, and then working on cleaning up the garden quite a bit. So a lot of this happened in the spring of last year. It is now December of 2023 as I'm filming this or making this video. This that I'm showing now was done probably in June or July of 2023. And so really what the garden is set up like now, and I show this in the initial videos, is it is a lot of different beds that are going to be separated by walkways. A little bit later in this video, I'll show some of those walkways kind of in their really initial stages. But this garden at this point is a many year project. At this point, you can see I put the weed barrier down. There's quite a lot of, in this case, aloes and euphorbias in this bed. And I'm really just putting some pea gravel. It's called bird's eye, so it's very small gravel. And I'm putting that gravel down in these beds. Part of the process that I'm showing is really just the second and third bed that I worked through with this process. So there's a bed in the background that was done with decomposed granite as the topping. I didn't really like the way that turned out for a variety of reasons. A lot of weeds are growing through the decomposed granite. For those of you that don't know, decomposed granite is really just, it's like decomposing rock that's almost turned into sand. Whereas what I used in the bed we're looking at now and the subsequent beds was a really small gravel, really much easier to work with, much better looking, and less weeds grew through it over time. So this is the start of the next bed. The interesting thing with this bed last winter is we had a really heavy amount of rain in the winter, and this bed ended up getting really waterlogged, and some of the plants in there, some of the cactus and other plants, didn't like it very much. So what I did in the area where I'm standing right now is excavated really deeply. I got an excavator in and just carved out a few feet of dirt so that there's much better drainage. And so that's some of the fill dirt right now that I'm shoveling to come back in to refill this bed with that backfill. I think it's gonna work really well. We haven't really gotten into the rainy season. We're about to, but even with the watering that I did during the summer on this bed, much better results. The plants were super happy. Good drainage. So I'm going to finish this video just by showing some before and after shots. You can see here that I did put in a little bit of a walkway. You can see it with the pavers. It's proof of concept, but I really like the look, and I'll probably modify the walkways a bit and really expand this over time. I'm going to post quite a few more videos of this. I've been working on this pretty much every weekend for the last year and a half, so there's a lot of content and a lot of information to follow. Thank you so much.